It's a brand new brand for us and a brand new brand for you, Macna. Let's take a look. As I said, Macna are a brand new brand for us here at Infinity. We're really excited to start stocking their products. They're a Dutch brand that's been going for over 30 years. They started off making gloves and they got really good at it and made a jacket and then so on. So they expanded their range and they do a whole fantastic plethora of products at the moment. They're functional, safe, innovative, a little bit quirky, and they just have this really cool aesthetic about them. Now the products we're looking at today are perfect for the weather we're having at the moment. Heated gloves. So first up, we're going to look at the Progress RTX DL. Now, I haven't seen these products before, so this is like we're doing a little unboxing together. And first impressions, oh wow, I love the box. You don't often get really nice packaging when looking at motorbike clothing, and this is put together beautifully. I love the bright colors, the product is displayed nicely, and we have a full list of features all over the box. We've got, coming down the side, we've got 4 heat levels. Bike or separate battery powered. This is quite cool because we can have a battery tucked into the glove or we can run it off our motorcycle for unlimited power. We have a battery indicator level, nice to know where the battery's at, and up to 6 hours on one charge. Now I feel like that's probably dependent on how much stuff that you've got plugged in and what temperature you have it at, but 6 hours is pretty impressive. If anyone's out on their bike for 6 hours at a time, in cold weather that requires you to have heated gloves, you're doing a flipping good job. Work starts in more than this list here. This is quite cool for heated clothing, but this side is even more exciting. We have the word Bluetooth. That's pretty exciting. And we'll have a little look at that later, but that's just nice to know. We also have direct laminate. So this uses Macna's RTX DL, which is, don't know what RTX stands for, but DL stands for direct laminate. So this is basically a laminate glove, which means that there's no space between the membrane and the outer fabric, which means our gloves aren't going to get waterlogged and heavy and soggy, which cools our hands down even more. So that's a lovely little feature to have. Coming around the side, we've got this little QR code, which allows us to download a Bluetooth powered app. That sounds pretty interesting. We'll skip round to the back, loads of lovely information in lots of other different languages. Just kind of going into detail about what we said on the front there as well. And then just standard barcode size. Let's take a look. Okay, I mean, that's just presented quite nicely. Nice, neat, minimalist. I love this as well. This little highlighter yellow, I'm guessing, perfect. A little user manual here. Just nice. Nice little slot. I like the way it's hidden in there. And then in this black tissue paper, we have the glove. This is cool. I like the way they've just kept, they've really thought about the branding and how everything's going to look when you open it. And actually, I'm so impressed that I've never seen, I don't open stuff like this. Look great. So looking at the gloves themselves, they look like a pretty standard set of waterproof heated gloves. They've got a button on here, which I presume turns them on and changes temperatures. We've got a bit of armor on the top. We've got a nice little rubber scaphoid palm protector there. And yeah, it just looks like a very nice, very well thought out glove. We have here screen cleaner. I presume a little visor wipe for when we're riding along. We've got a mucky visor. Actually quite interesting that they've put that on both gloves. You don't often, usually only get it on one side. So it's nice that they've put it on both, so you've got the choice. Now the cuff system looks pretty interesting. So we've got a piece of Velcro here, as well as a zip. Oh, we've got a double cuff. That's really cool. And that's where our battery pocket goes. Again, even though it's hidden away, we've still got that nice fluorescent colors there. So it's bright, easy to see, but also keeps it on brand. Really cool. Nice little zip. Battery goes in there. Let's try one on. Okay. Ah, lovely little tab there. Just falls into hand easily to pull the glove on. And actually that's comfortable. So if I've got my jacket on now, I can put my jacket on here, pull the cuff over the outside and pull that on. Satisfying that do the gloves go in or out? Well, you can have both, best of both worlds. And then I suppose we can use this little one here to add another little bit of retention or a little cinching on the glove. First impressions, really nice, comfy, padded inside. Yeah, they feel good, really good. Here we have the touch tip. I presume the touch tip isn't an instruction, but is about what we can do with our phone. So let's have a little look at this. Oh! Oh. Okay, that works really well. That is, I mean, it's difficult because it's quite a chunky glove. Hey, I tell you what, that is really good. If you think like, oh, it's a big fat glove, so I'm gonna have to use like my whole finger to press, but if you just use the tip of it, it works like a little stylus. That is really nicely thought out. I like that. That is good. We've got this little metal ringlet here. That's like a little exhaust for any water that gets inside, I suppose. And nice little blue detailing there, just to let us know that we have got a laminate glove. Do you know what? I'm really impressed. This looks like a very well designed glove. It looks very well put together and very well made. There's lots of very thoughtful sort of design bits and pieces in here that are just like, this is definitely aimed at the rider who rides in winter with rubbish weather. And tell you what, it feels so nice and comfy to wear as well. Now, obviously you can get it in battery mode where you put the battery in the cuff, or you can have it on the bike mode. Take a little look there for prices and the bundles. Now, remember that Bluetooth logo I showed you earlier on the box? Well, let's talk about that. And I love that manufacturers are bringing tech into motorcycle clothing. Now, why is that such a benefit? Well, I say yes, they've got the bog standard button so you can just press it, but pair it to your app and you can now control the gloves. You can see the temperature they're at, you can set timing schedules for them. If you have more than one item of heated clothing, so you have the gloves, the jacket, trousers, even the socks, you can actually control them all from the app. So you can set individual temperatures, you can control them all at once, and you can even get notified if the battery's running low. Now, there is a feature on the button, which I want to talk about actually. Because I believe this to be the case, that if I press it on one glove, but I don't have the Bluetooth, I press it on this glove, it will change it on that one. Just flicking through the little user manual here, I always find there's like little nuggets of information. I don't know why blokes don't read them more often, like they're really useful. Like, build so many Lego sets just by reading the manual. Don't wash it in a washing machine. Do use a use it with a damp cloth or with necessary a clothes brush. What's really nice is it tells you the power consumption with all the sort of combinations of gear you have, so you don't have to be guessing if I have the gloves, the jacket and the socks, what's my power output. This is just going to tell you, it just gives you a handy little guide. I like this, thoughtful. So the Progress RTX DL, that's a good look at them. I have got another glove to show you, the Unite RTX. Now these are a bit cheaper than the Progresses, but they still give you a lot of bang for your buck. Let's take a little look. Again, we've got 4 heat levels. We can power it with our bike or by battery. Got an indicator and up to 5 hours on one charge. Slightly less by an hour, but still quite impressive. Let's have a look what we've got. So we don't have Bluetooth with this model, but that's okay. That's where we're saving our money. Again, we have this lovely fluo box, nice branding, clear product picture. I really like it. Open up, bang, same again, just this lovely presentation, nice black tissue paper, and again, that little manual that slots in there, that's like MacBook level stuff, I think. I don't have a MacBook. No, wait, I do. I just don't remember when I unboxed it. So we have a very different style of glove here. So it's much more simplified in terms of its design. Again, still looks like a nice, clean, minimalistic look to it. Again, got our button on the top there. We've got that nice sort of offset strap as well. I quite like the design of that. It's quite nice and easy. And again, we can fold back the cuff and that's where our batteries go. Now, we don't have the double cuff system on this one. It's quite a nice long cuff. There we go. Gosh. The Unite RTX then. Very snug and comfy as before. Really nice fit, these gloves actually. Like I said, Macna started out making gloves, so it would make sense that they're quite good at doing it. Again, we have a waterproof glove. We don't have a laminate with this one, and actually there is no hard armor in it at all, which probably makes sense why it's so comfortable. Quite a bit cheaper than the Progress model we looked at before. Once again, we've got touch tip on the fingers as well. My phone just died, so I can't test it out, but I'm sure it's still just as good. And actually just a really nice finished off glove. It's just going to work as a nice heated glove at a very reasonable price. Once again, you can get the battery pack kit or the bike kit to plug it straight in. So yeah, simple, two options there, two very different kind of levels of tech about them. And actually, I think both great choices. I'm really glad we're starting to stock these. A few other things to have a little look at. We've got some cables here. So we've got our bike connection cable, universal. So you'd only need one of those little sockets there. We've also got a BMW specific one. I know BMWs have their own specific socket. So if you've got a Beamer, that's what you're going to want instead. Now we've also got one that goes straight to the battery. So if you don't have one of those sockets, you can just go straight to the battery, and we've got an inline fuse as well. And again, that just plugs straight into the kit that you're using. We've also got an extension cable. So if you need extra length, up to 130 centimeters, that's going to cover pretty much bikes from tail to tip, I suppose, and wherever else you would like to route it. And a little Y splitter cable so that you can split these off to different gloves, both socks, down jackets, trousers. Again, there is jacket, trousers, socks and gloves, so quite handy to have all of those little bits and pieces there. So that was everything in my big box from Macna. I'm so excited that we're stocking these products. I think they're fantastic, and actually I really enjoyed doing the unboxing as well. I hope you did too. Now, just the way that they've designed their products, they're really well thought out, and they've got a wonderful sort of aesthetic to them. And you know, that shows when the design carries through to their packaging. It's just very well thought out. What are your thoughts on heated clothing? I mean, to be fair, I used to be a bit of a diehard, would never touch heated stuff, but slowly and slowly more of my stuff is converted to heated things. And actually, I really enjoy the comfort. I can go out on my bike for longer and be more comfortable. Let me know down in the comments below.